boys and girls. So today we are going to read our nonfiction story titled Time to Sleep. It was written by Jill McDougall and it was illustrated by James Hart. Now I really hope that you remember the text features we talked about yesterday, because now we are going to read the book and you're going to see just how much they help you when you read a nonfiction book. Okay, so let's start reading our nonfiction book. Remember, here is our table of contents that we talked about yesterday, and we are going to read this whole story. So our first heading says, "How do you sleep?" It is time to sleep. How do you sleep? Do you sleep on one leg? No, but some animals do. Do you sleep in a tree? No, but some animals do. Animals sleep in all sorts of ways. Is this an illustration or a photograph? Who remembers? If you said illustration, you are correct. This is not a real picture. Upside down. Bats sleep upside down. They hang from branches by their feet. They can fly away if they are scared. So let's look at the photograph of the bats. That's how bats sleep, upside down, hanging from their feet. And over here we have an illustration, and look, it's silly. It's showing what a person would look like if they slept like a bat. And it says, "Could you sleep upside down?" I think that looks silly. I don't know if we would be able to. Standing up. Horses can sleep standing up. They lock their legs so they do not fall over. They can run away if they are scared. So look, horses sleep standing up. And then it shows over here and it says, "Could you sleep standing up?" One eye open. Dolphins sleep with one eye open. They can see where they are going while they are sleeping. They can look out for danger. So that's pretty cool. Dolphins sleep with one eye open so they can make sure they're not in danger. Could you sleep with one eye open? On one leg. Ducks sleep on one leg. They tuck the other leg under their feathers. Then they change legs. One duck looks out for danger. So here you can see the ducks. They sleep on one leg. Could you sleep on one leg? In a tree. Koalas sleep in trees. They sleep for most of the day. They feel safe when they are up high. Could you sleep in a tree? Anywhere. Cats like to sleep a lot. They sleep in all sorts of ways. They sleep in all sorts of places. If you could sleep anywhere, where would you sleep? I know I would choose to sleep in my bed because that's where I'm most comfy. The end. Did we like that book? That book was fun, right? It kind of was silly and it showed us what we would look like as people if we tried to sleep like animals. Good. Now remember, this was a nonfiction book, so we learned a lot of new facts. I know I did. So before we do our seesaw, I'd like to just quickly review our text features. So let's open back up to our table of contents. Now that we have read the story and we understand the different headings that were in the book, let's say I'm doing a project on, I want to do a project on horses and how horses sleep. What section should I turn to in this book to learn more about how horses sleep. I'm going to read them back to you, and I want you to tell me which one I would go to for horses. Ready? How do you sleep? Upside down, standing up, one eye open, on one leg, in a tree, anywhere, or picture index. Which heading do I need to turn to if I want to do some research on how a horse sleeps? If you said standing up, you are correct. Now that we know that, what page should I turn to? I know I have to go to standing up. What page should I turn to? If you said 6, you are correct. So remember, our page numbers are in the bottom corners. So I'm going to turn to page 6. And look, there's my page on how horses sleep, right? Here's my heading, standing up, just like it said in the table of contents. And now I can just read about horses, if that's what I was doing a project on, right? And it tells me all of the different facts about how horses sleep. Very good. Now, what I would like you to do is you have a seesaw activity to do, and you are going to write 3 new facts that you learned from this book. Okay? New facts. I don't want you to write what you already knew. I want you to write something new that you just learned. And I would like you to write in complete sentences. Okay? I did put an example on your seesaw template for you to look at. You cannot use that example. That's my example. I said one new fact that I learned was that bats sleep upside down by hanging from their feet. Okay, do you see how that was a complete sentence? I said one new fact was, fill that in and explain it a little bit. Don't just write one new fact I learned was that animals sleep. No, I want you to be very, very specific in your fact and your sentence. Okay, and you're going to write 3 on the template. Okay? So I really hope that you enjoyed that book. I hope that you learned something new. I know that I learned a bunch of new things. Okay? So go ahead, you may do your seesaw now. And yeah, great work. Bye, boys and girls.